Ladies and gentlemen, I know that by the time this video hits your sub boxes, it's either really freaking late at night or really early in the morning. Either way, I felt like this was breaking news and I needed to bring it to you immediately. So I apologize if the editing is a little rough because I had to handle it myself. The middle of the night here when we got this news. So before we get to the content, make sure you drop like, subscribe, and turn on our notifications to help the channel grow. Now that we got all that out of the way, leading up to the season, I spammed predictions at you guys consistently. Michael Porter Jr. needed over 5.5 rebounds in his season debut. Tyreek Hill just needed a touchdown, and Steph Curry just needed 1 point. Shout out to those that tailed. For those of you guys that were able to make money, we're giving away our picks for free all season long for the NBA and NFL on my Instagram at @TheFlightMike. And right now, when you use promo code Mikerophone on Prize Picks, they'll match your deposit up until $100. Thank you, Prize Picks, for the sponsor. Mic check 1 2 1 2. What's going on, everybody? If you're a New Orleans Saints fan, then you would understand that Michael Thomas is without a doubt the most enigmatic player in the entire NFL. Up until the 2020 season, he was considered to be as one of the top wide receivers in the NFL. His first 4 seasons in the NFL were 1,000-yard plus seasons, culminating in a 1,725 receiving yard season in 2019. And for some reason following that, this man just couldn't stay on the football field. In 2020, he only played in 7 games. In 2021, he missed the whole season with his ankle. And then there was drama with him getting surgery on his ankle. When he returned in 2022, he got injured once again. So now that it's 2023, after practically being away from football for 3 years while on again and off again, we finally are seeing a full season of Michael Thomas. It's the first time in quite some time. And for the most part, it's okay. You know, he isn't nearly as prolific as he once was. You can't compare a 26-year-old Michael Thomas to a 30-year-old Michael Thomas that hasn't been playing football as consistently as he was. He also doesn't have a Hall of Fame quarterback anymore. But that aside, he makes a very exciting wide receiver tandem with Rashid Shaheed, Chris Olave, and himself. The interesting part about the New Orleans Saints is that lately it seems like the wide receivers have been getting into some trouble. Chris Olave a few weeks ago got into some trouble for driving over the speed limit. We made a video on it not too long ago. But now we got some bad news in regards to Michael Thomas, and it's way worse than we could ever imagine. Michael Thomas was taken away by the police for pretty much assaulting a fan's car.
Yeah, the victim tells me this all happened earlier tonight around 5:30. He also tells me that there had been weeks of threats leading up to this confrontation.
I don't understand why or how. I just wanted to be left alone to do my job.
Luis Cifuentes says he is a project manager working on building a home in Kenner right across the street from Michael Thomas's home. He says he had been having issues with the Saints wide receiver for about 2 weeks. He claims it all started when Thomas became upset with the construction crew for parking in the street across from his home. Cifuentes says multiple threats were made by Thomas, and it all came to a head Friday night.
So if you're a fan of Michael Thomas, you know that he has a pretty volatile personality. You're talking about a guy that called out his Hall of Fame QB towards the end of his quarterback's career. It's craziness, but this isn't anything new to anybody. So apparently what happened, and you're going to get an interview from the victim, who happens to be a fan of Michael Thomas's as well, by the way, is they were doing construction across the street from Michael Thomas's house. Now, of course, I don't necessarily know how early you could do construction or how late you could do construction in New Orleans, but obviously, if your neighbor is doing construction and you're just trying to chill and have some peace, it could be a little agitating, even if it is in your neighbor's rights to do construction. And what I'm assuming happened is, well, we'll have the victim tell you for himself.
He drives up and I see him get out. And I was like, I don't know what he's doing. I'm just worried about my job site. And he walks up to this big pile of sand and grabs a brick and he throws it at my car. And the guys are like, hey, man, your truck. So I'm like, oh, dude, he's actually doing something. So I grabbed my phone and I started recording him. And he saw that I was recording. He grabbed my phone and just grabbed and pushed me.
That's crazy. I mean, that is complete lunacy. I mean, just the fact that he didn't even talk to the individuals working on the job site. He just pulls up, grabs a brick from the job site, goes to some random dude's car that is working on the job site, and just shatters the window is insane. But what's even crazier is, obviously, if someone's doing some dumb shit like this, who is assaulting your vehicle, you're obviously gonna do your best to record it. Obviously. I mean, this isn't something you see happen every day. You don't know. I'd imagine that most of us live amongst decent people, and I'd imagine that most of us aren't just randomly getting our cars attacked in the middle of the day as they're working. Unless if you have a crazy ex-girlfriend, which, okay, wouldn't really shock me. Or boyfriend, don't cancel me. But the craziest part about this is, as this man was trying to record the altercation, Michael Thomas didn't just go for the car. He went for the phone as well. Watch.
Cifuentes says Thomas threw 2 bricks at his truck before pushing him over and trying to get into his phone to delete the video shot of the incident. Cifuentes claims the problem started weeks ago. Most recently, Thomas allegedly told him if the cars weren't moved, Cifuentes would get a brick or a bullet in his car.
A brick or a bullet in his car if he didn't move. You know, though, there's all these memes saying Michael Thomas is 21 Savage. I'm starting to see it a little bit. No, but that is just insane. Could you just imagine this man's just trying to do his job? He happens to be doing it across the street from Michael Thomas. It doesn't even seem like Michael Thomas tried to handle this in an orderly fashion. He just allegedly pulled up and tried to attack this man's vehicle out of the blue. I'm sorry, but threatening him with a bullet is wild over this. This is like not, I don't think this is worth a bullet, in my humble opinion. The worst part of this is, the victim admits that he's a fan of Michael Thomas. And to be honest, the way he says it's kind of funny too. It's like he's trying to get like some empathy. It's very much presented as a never meet your heroes type of situation. I mean, the way he presents it is, I used to cheer for you on Sundays, but nah, bro, you went too far. I gotta rat you out, which is well within his rights. It's just the way he says it is really funny. Watch.
I told him, I said, man, listen, I cheered for you every Sunday. I never once thought I would have an issue like this with you. So, now we're here.
Cifuentes and neighbors say Thomas was put into a patrol car after the alleged assault happened. WDSU got exclusive video of the scene after it happened, showing Kenner police taking pictures of the bricks, truck, and Cifuentes' injuries. Cifuentes says he is just upset someone he idolized would end up hurting him.
The 4th time after you threaten me, no, people are gonna have to know like what kind of person you are, because that's wrong. You don't go around doing, I don't care who you are.
Wait, hold on. The 4th time? Bro, you got away with this 3 times before you said something? Honestly, like, that's a true Saints fan right there. I mean, oh my God, like, that's crazy. Bro didn't even say 3 strikes, you're out. Like, he was that big of a Saints fan that he said, you know what, bro? I grew up idolizing you. I grew up cheering for you on Sundays. I'm gonna give you a 4th strike. I'm gonna let you walk. You know, like, I props to this man and his patience for, I mean, of course, assuming these are allegations, this entire story is nuts. And just like based upon this individual's interview, he seems very calm-mannered about it too. I always felt like, based upon the stories I got from Michael Thomas, that he was a guy, and I'm just gonna leave it at that, and I'm gonna let you guys interpret what a guy means in the comment section down below. Definitely is a person. I just think that this is clearly an overreaction. Obviously, we have to all deal with construction in one form or another, and this man was just doing his job. We're probably gonna get some additional information as time goes on, and I'll make sure to keep you guys up to date. But within the past year, the New Orleans Saints had to deal with the Chris Olave situation, the Alvin Kamara situation, and now the Michael Thomas situation. It's absolutely insane what's going on in New Orleans. Let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. The Saints are aware of the incident, and I'll keep you guys updated the moment I find out. Aside from that, I'm your boy Mike, and I'm dropping our mic until our next upload.